One of the strangest things about the next video is its location. Now don't come at me and say it's always the location. It must be, otherwise how can anything strange and scary from a ghostly perspective even happen if it wasn't like that? Hold on, Timmy, that's not what I meant. I'm implying that the location in the next video left me confused because it really gave a completely different vibe. It's a hotel, but it looks more like a storage area in some mall. The video takes place in my home. I mean, in a hotel in San Antonio's Riverwalk. The man behind the camera calls himself Sad Keel, but I will call him Keel since Sad isn't actually a name, and neither is Keel, but let's stick to Keel. Kilo was recording himself in the area as he sensed something strange about the place. Perhaps he had already seen much prior to him turning on the camera, which makes sense. It said that he was wandering the hotel rooms, but all I saw was a large lobby with pipes on the ceiling and other stuff scattered around. You might be asking, what was he doing late at night in that area alone in the first place? He is a maintenance worker. That explains why he was in an underground area of the hotel. So, the activity hits this man so hard, he was barely able to stand his ground, but that's in part 2. In part 1, he stood his ground well. In the second part, I thought there was some heavy generator working, causing the whole ground to shake under him, but it turned out it was him shaking in fear. There were objects being thrown around by themselves, and a luggage cart moving on its own.
All right, that's it.
Believe it or not, this video dates back to 2019, not 2011. The style and quality of the video give the vibe of an older era, but that's not the case with Keel. When talking about poltergeist activities, there is no better place to go to than magical poltergeist. Obviously, there are other choices that could also be better, but let's just praise the man for a bit. He is putting himself under so much pressure, not moving out of his house, though I don't believe it would matter at this point, like it would actually be pointless if he decided to move out. But Uncle Spicy, aren't you the one who always says that it's the ultimate solution to get rid of the ghost hauntings? Yes, but that's when the property itself is the problem. In the case of Jorge, that was the case too for as long as I remember, but not until the most recent months. As it turned out, these ghosts attached themselves to him on a personal level, and they even began patrolling night shifts with him where he works. I will get to that, but in the next sequence, there are plenty to talk about. On one occasion, Jorge was getting ready to get some sleep. He slammed the door shut on himself, not looking back at what could happen behind his back. Little did he know it was going to turn into chaos. Like, for instance, the shadow figure was wandering around outside Jorge's bedroom while he was asleep in a different clip. That shadow figure thought it was not enough, so it went through his walls and began walking around his bed, in the kitchen, and yeah, that night the shadow figure was working extra time, even though these clips could have all been recorded on separate nights, but whatever. The shadow figure was doing some extra work, throwing the chair around, opening the cabinets, and throwing whatever it finds inside these drawers. But so far, we didn't yet get to the main point, how this figure attached itself to him. As he was working the night shift alone, with no customers and no chicks, that same shadow figure was seen passing while also messing with some of the items in the store. One item it threw to the floor was like a puppet, a smiley face puppet. However, for some reason, I don't think that was a sellable item. Maybe it's private property that belongs to Jorge.
Guys, they're screaming outside of my bedroom. And I tried turning the light on, but there's no light. So whatever it is, it literally took my light. Oh God. I was just simply laying in bed. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I ask you to please bless me. Please protect me. Protect me over everything. Jesus, Lord. Lord, please, I ask you for protection from the angels, my Lord. Please send your angels down. Protect me from all demons. Lord, please protect me from all demons and everything that's in my house, Lord. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I ask you to leave this house now. I ask you to leave my home now. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple magic shows I gotta do in the morning. Yeah. I gotta clean this house too, so I have a huge mess. Yeah. Good night. I'll talk to you. Bye bye. Why keep fucking... Why do I keep doing that?
To be honest, I'm not so much into these sounds. Like, if you ask me, these sounds feel more like production added to them. Maybe he added them to increase the tension, who knows? My real question remains, where is his family? Because they used to be part of the videos. Something you may not know about me is that I like the videos with low quality that are recorded casually, where a very creepy paranormal phenomenon occurs and the whole video resembles it. Most of these videos usually have lower video resolution because most of them are pretty old. The next one just so happened to be one of these videos. There is no context behind it, but if I were to assume, I think maybe these guys either went to the mosque to see if the rumors are true that a jinn figure lingers around at night, or even worse, which I believe could also be the case, the mosque was calling for prayers at a time it should not have been. That might be the reason why it was completely empty and all the lights were shut, so maybe these folks had to investigate what was happening. When they tried to take a peek, a huge dark mist passed by very fast that caused both of them to run like two bunnies who saw a hunter from a distance.
Selamünaleyküm. Selamünaleyküm. Abi yürü. Sen kaç.
This video is truly scary, and if my assumptions are true when it comes to the context, then it's even scarier, like this place is not supposed to be haunted. You know you're going to go through a journey of dark interactions with ghosts through a place when even the caretaker of that property is scared of entering the place at night. Like someone who had the courage to take on such a job had lost it when he began patrolling his shift there. This next video with Joe Herrera and his friend decided to pay a visit to a place called the House of Ghosts. It's said by locals that they have seen figures lingering around in there. Some reported seeing a figure of a little girl, while others said they encountered the ghost of an old man sitting on a chair. A construction worker nearby said he hears weird noises coming from inside. Let me ask my father. He might also have a take on this. It seems like everyone has seen or encountered something in there. But the story of this place is even scarier. It said a girl who lived in this property about 30 years ago and her partner went to an area not far from this house where her partner took her life. These were all that was said according to the video about this place. But now, let's get to Joe and his friend, the two investigators. As they arrived, the vibe was already building up the tension, though who cares about some scary vibe when the real thing has already appeared? Their cameras caught two different ghostly manifestations even before they stepped a foot inside the house. One was a pale ghostly face, seeming more like it was a little ghost staring at them from the window. As they were walking up the stairs to get to the entrance door, the camera caught another figure that was standing in the distance, not far from the property. Inside is where the party began. It wasn't so loud though, but it had much to offer. They used a spirit box, and they received many responses. One of them was number 7, which they suggest might be hinting at the fact that there could be 7 different ghostly spirits haunting the place. While hearing some noises, one of the noises was the window of one of the bedrooms being pounded on, followed by a drawer of the wardrobe opening on its own. One moment that left the investigator cornered like a small mouse was when a crib was kicked out of its place so aggressively. As they were trying to communicate in the living room, the door behind them opened slowly, creaking while no one was actually behind it.
No sé, es allá arriba. ¿Qué fue? Se escucha algo arriba. Arriba. Se escucha algo de aquel lado de allá. Sí, pero no sé qué fue. Mira, Dani. Amarraron aquí un listón rojo. Ah, es del árbol. ¿Esto puede ser brujería? Sí.
Pero observa lo que nuestra cámara de visión nocturna captó. Justo ahí, al final de la ventana, se puede ver lo que pareciera ser un siniestro rostro observándonos.
Ve esto. Hoy. ¿Qué es eso? Como si estuviera crujiendo la casa.
Como si cerraran una ventana. Allá en el fondo se puede ver lo que parece ser una mujer vestida de blanco ahí parada en medio de la oscuridad.
Uy. Ahí se escucha algo. Estas son imágenes muy antiguas. Uy. ¿Qué fue eso? Uy. ¿Escuchaste? Sí. ¿Qué se movió? Fue adentro. Aquí. Hoy. Sí, también dicen que se aparecen unas personas de edad avanzada.
¿Quieren hacer contacto con nosotros? Mira, Dani, una mano en el espejo.
Sí, yo la vi.
¡Hala! ¿Ya la viste?
Sí.
Algo dijo el Spirit Box. Uy.
¿Qué fue eso?
¿Escuchaste? Sí. ¿Estás aquí cerca de nosotros? Madre, ay. Hola.
¿Y fue cuando preguntaste?
Aquí en la ventana, güey. Aquí fue, güey. ¡Oh, la madre! Pero está cerrada la ventana, güey. Le pegaron. Sí, pero le pegaron. ¡Ay, cabrón! Hasta para atrás, güey. No vaya a tronar esto. Sí, está aquí cerca, güey. ¿La escuchaste aquí, güey?
Sí.
Le pegaron a la ventana. ¡Ay! Cabrón,
Sí, eso está abierto.
Escuché ahorita como que pensé que se había movido la cruz, pero no. Fue esto lo que se abrió, pero no lo vi, güey. No lo vi moverse.
Yo tampoco lo vi.
No lo vi que se abrió. Ay. Uy, vamos atrás, güey. Ay, cabrón. Ay, se siente aquí la espalda bien feo. Ah. Queremos ayudarte o queremos ayudarlos. ¿Cuántos son? Quieren que paremos. Paren, volví a decir. Quieren que paremos. ¿Cuál es? Madres,
Mira,
güey.
mira, mira.
Madres. ¿Cuáles son sus nombres? ¿Cuáles son sus nombres? Está diciendo nombres. Uy. ¡A la madre! Esto. Uy.
Ya se me puso la
¿Sabes qué?
piel.
Hazte para atrás, güey. Hazte para acá. Si quieres ayuda, danos una señal. Aguas atrás, Sí. Ahí está la Virgen. Si quieren ayuda, denos una señal. O manifiéstese alguno de ustedes. ¡Ah, padre! ¡Ah! ¡No mames! ¡No mames! ¡Uy! ¡No mames! ¡Lo movieron, cabrón!
Estuvo muy agresivo eso.
Uy, déjame salgo, güey, déjame salgo. ¡Hala! ¡Ay! Se apagó.
Se cayó.
¡Ay! Aguas. Puede haber otro ataque aquí. Ay, güey, me está dando escalofrío.
Aquí hay otro espejo con otra mano.
¿Hay otra mano?
Sí. Como que arañaron aquí.
Uy, ¿qué pasó? Uy, el Spirit Box. Ya agarró aquí. Uy, güey. Elvira. ¿Dijiste Elvira? Elvira.
Mira los cuchillos.
Ay, cabrón. Guau, ya voy a salir con los cuchillos, güey. ¿Dijiste Elvira? ¿Te llamabas Elvira? Sí, mis ojos de mujer, aguas atrás. ¿Elvira está cerca de nosotros?
En este punto me encuentro parado frente al espejo, contactando con Elvira. De pronto escucho en el Spirit Box como un tipo de amenaza que estuvimos aquí analizando y dice: vas a ver, cabrón, como si algo tratara de mostrarme.
No, el Spirit Box se apagó.
Dice el... Denos una señal de que están aquí con nosotros. Denos una señal de que están aquí con nosotros.
¿Escuchaste eso?
Escucha.
Hola,
Ahí están. Están aquí con nosotros.
No mames, la puerta.
¿Eres alguien bueno? No hay respuesta. ¿Eres bueno?
No mames,
No.
la puerta, güey.
No es bueno.
¿Qué se ve algo ahí? ¿Cómo que es eso? De este lado de ahí. ¡A la madre! Vi algo ahí arriba, güey. Ahí, güey, ahí vi algo, güey. ¿Qué viste? Arriba. Ahí en la ventana. Como si se hubiera asomado algo, güey, rápido. Ay, a la madre, güey. Estoy seguro que lo grabé, cabrón. Ve, hay algo ahí arriba, güey. Yo no veo nada. Uy.
También parecía el rostro de una mujer. Ustedes de...
Ah. Uy.
Algo se movió por aquí.
La lámpara, güey, está descargando. Uy, oye eso. Ah. Ah.
At the end, they tried to conduct some ritual, I guess, where they put some fire on the floor of the house in a specific shape. Maybe they were trying to cleanse the place by burning the evil of these spirits? I don't know. What I'm sure of is if the caretaker can't take care of the place, neither can these two. I don't like the behavior of dogs when it comes to being around invisible spirits. I would prefer the cat's reactions more. I think they handle it better than dogs do. Also, dogs can seriously become aggressive at some point when these spirits are lingering around, which takes me to a sequence of clips from different accounts all pouring on the same cup. They poured so much it began pouring out. These people have all been following an experiment where they use a cross and point it at their dogs while saying some words usually priests say to protect themselves or to cleanse a house and expel demons. In one of the videos, the cross wasn't being pointed at the dog. It was the dog pointing at the cross as it was attached to the wall. His behavior was weird, like why was he so attached to it? And I'm talking about the dog being so attached to the cross that was already attached and hanging on the wall. Before you get dizzy, let me tell you about the other two clips. One of the dogs was freaking out and running from the owner as the owner followed him with the cross in his hand. The other dog was growling so hard, he almost broke the bone in his mouth. I didn't like his stare one bit.
In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, I cast thine out. I cast it. I cast it. Be gone. Be gone. Why are you scared of it? Why are you scared of it? I cast out the demon. I cast it out. Cast it.
You ain't Johnny. Here, Daddy, a Skinwalker. Here, Daddy, a Skinwalker.
One of the things that I found funny in some of the comments of these videos is people talking about these dogs not being actual animals, but rather shapeshifters. Look, I might lean towards the believers of shapeshifters as you know them, but not like this man. Like, imagine buying a dog when he was a puppy and all of a sudden you find him one day standing like a man. Reminds me of those who didn't subscribe or watch the next video on screen.